It's the Louisiana Downs Report. Sponsored by Harrah's Louisiana Downs and the Louisiana Quarter Horse Breeders Association.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Greg Thompson of StallionEsearch.com. Welcome to episode 6 of the Louisiana Downs Report. We're going to catch up with some stakes action that happened on March the 2nd, the Mr. Jess Perry Stakes in the recap section. We're also going to look forward in the preview section to this big upcoming weekend of stakes action, the restricted Grade 2 Mardi Gras Futurity and the Mardi Gras Derby. We're also going to take a moment to see the second installment of the Louisiana Legend Spotlight of Rocket's Magic. Let me get out of the way. This is a great big show here on the Louisiana Downs Report. We're going right into the recap section with the Mr. Jess Perry Stakes.
The Louisiana Downs Report Stakes Recap.
On March 3rd, 10 runners contested the $35,000 Mr. Jess Perry Stakes. Track announcer Travis Stone had the call.
They're off in the Mr. Jess Perry to a pretty good start. Toward the inside, Political Option broke out on top. Also down inside is Hey Stretcher showing good speed. On the far outside, Intriguing Just Blue trying to get on track late with Martini Mountain there too. Racing for the wire, blanket finish. Political Option, Hey Stretcher, those two in a photo. Right on the wire together. Looks like Martini Mountain was third, then it's Had a Solid Dash or Intriguing Just Blue.
And that was a close finish at the wire, but Political Option with jockey John Hamilton aboard charges to the wire to get up to win over Hay Stretcher. Political Option is by Jess Louisiana Blue, out of an Apollo mare named In His Dreams. The 4-year-old gelding is trained by Kenny Roberts, owned by Carlos Lozano, and bred in Louisiana by J.E. Jumonville Jr. Hey, don't go away. We'll be right back after these words from the Louisiana Quarter Horse Breeders Association. Did you know that the LQHBA is the #1 state-bred program for quarter horses in the U.S., with 4 major racetracks in the state, running a minimum of 148 race dates per year? Did you know that in 2012 there were over $21 million in purse money paid out to quarter horse race owners? And over $4 million paid out to quarter horse mare owners in Breeders' Awards, and over $344,000 paid out annually in Stallion Awards. What you'll find in Louisiana quarter horse racing is faster horses that are running for more money and at more race dates to run at. Race, buy, and breed your running quarter horses in Louisiana. We're back and we're supercharged to look at the upcoming big weekend of stakes action here at Bossier City in the stakes preview section. This week's stakes preview focuses on the restricted Grade 2 Mardi Gras Futurity and Mardi Gras Derby. In the Futurity, all eyes will be on the fastest qualifier in the field of 10 out of the barn of Frank Cavazos, Carey's Special Crown, who came out of the 14th and last qualifying race that produced 5 total qualifiers in the field of 10. The race had a 12-mile-an-hour tailwind on a sloppy track that yielded a 105 speed index for the effort. Jockey Eddie Cox was aboard.
Got the jump and Carey's Special Crown's gonna get there.
Which brings us to an interesting point of fact in the race, as we look at the second fastest qualifier, Strutting the Day Away, seen here trouncing the field in his trial heat with jockey Eddie Cox aboard. The race had 0 tail or headwind on a sloppy track, but the glorious effort left the jockey with the first and second fastest qualifier to choose from. So with the entries out, jockey Eddie Cox has made his decision between the two. He will ride the second fastest qualifier, Strutting the Day Away, while Gilbert Ortiz picks up the mount on the fastest qualifier, Carey's Special Crown for owner Teddy Abrams Jr. Now it's time for the second stakes race slated for Saturday in Bossier City. It's the finals for the Mardi Gras Derby, a field that could have contained 12 horses, but one of the more accomplished horses that qualified, Perry's Runaway, was not entered back and will not run in the Mardi Gras Derby. With Perry's Runaway out, we'll look at the amazing qualifying efforts put forth by the fastest qualifier, T-Boise, and Let's Just Do It, and Jethro Almighty.
Let's Just Do It is coming on too, and T-Boise there on the far outside. Here comes T-Boise racing after the challengers on the inside. Let's Just Do It, and also their Jethro Almighty. These three.
As you will see, these 3 horses hit the wire only in nostrils apart. All 3 are back in the finals. All 3 will be looking to repeat the performance they put forth in the trials on Saturday in the Mardi Gras Derby. 11 horses go to post for the 400-yard event, and that's the stakes preview for this week. The Louisiana Downs Stallion Spotlight. This week's Stallion Spotlight shines upon Jess Louisiana Blue, the son of Mr. Jess Perry, out of the Louisiana Girl, who is by the thoroughbred sire Louisiana Slew. Jess Louisiana Blue is the sire of 2013 Mr. Jess Perry Stakes winner. Political option. As a sire, Jess Louisiana Blue has produced runners who have earned over $7 million in earnings. He has also impressively produced an average of $26,000 in earnings per starter. He also has sired 2 qualifiers in the restricted Grade 2 Mardi Gras Futurity. You can see his member stallion page on stallionesearch.com, as well as the video highlights of his racing career and of the top runners he has produced. Okay, it's time to look at the Louisiana quarter horse racing legend Rocket's Magic in our special series that we have here on the Louisiana Downs Report. We continue our look back with the second chapter of this spotlight on Louisiana quarter horse racing legend Rocket's Magic. His first introduction to parimutuel racing took place in grand style, as he not only won his very first effort at Delta Downs, but he set the track record doing it.
It was a puzzle because we didn't know how fast he was as a clocking at the parimutuel. And when we saw him coming and Randy was riding, it was amazing what he done, you know. And then he set the track record.
We went to the race at Delta for the maiden race not knowing what was going to happen. And when he set a track record, that it was just awesome. I mean, we didn't know what to think because he was at the finish line and nobody else was in the picture. And I couldn't believe we had that fast a horse.
The next start was the trials for the Old South Futurity at Delta Downs, as he wound up being the fastest qualifier and drawing the 1 hole for the finals. He would go on to crush the field to win by 4 lengths in the Old South. The 2-year-old's young jockey alluded that bigger things were on the horizon for this son of Rocket Wrangler.
Randy rode him, and I'll never forget, we're coming back with him, we stalled him over here, and Randy says, Dad, I'll tell you something. He says, this horse is faster than what he run. He says, I didn't let the horse run. So, and Randy told him, Gerald, I'm telling you, the horse is faster than what he showed.
After the Old South victory, owner Bill Thomas paid the supplement to the Florida Quarter Horse Association Futurity in Tampa. Rocket's Magic continued his winning ways as jockey Randy Romero, who was still in high school at the time, was flown in to wallop the field in his trial heat before going back into the finals of the Futurity with a purse of over $53,000.
I had the feeling we was going to win. It was no if and but. He was so fast, I figured we'd win.
And when he did, crushing the field once again as the favorite to a 3.5 length victory, giving the colt his 5th straight win in his short undefeated career thus far.
Usually at thoroughbred races you can win by like 5 and 6 lengths. But this horse is a quarter horse. He was winning by 5 and 6 lengths. He was special. I mean, he was the real deal.
Be sure to log on next week as the Rocket's Magic story heads to the racetrack up on the mountain in Ruidoso in pursuit of the All-American Futurity, here on the Louisiana Downs Report. Okay, that'll do it for this episode of the Louisiana Downs Report. We're fastly closing in on the end of the meet here. We got 2 more episodes back to back, so tune in next week as we'll have the 7th installment of the Louisiana Downs Report. And as always, if you can't be at the racetrack, go to aqha.com/racing and watch the Q Racing videos. You can watch live racing as well as all the recaps and replays from partnering racetracks across the country. Greg Thompson of StallionResearch.com. We'll see you next week.